Continuing the Predator lore videos today, I will be exploring and discussing what would happen if a Predator was infected by the black goo pathogen, seen in Alien Covenant and Prometheus. Although this is a what-if scenario, this is something that has actually been shown and displayed in the expanded media for the Alien and Predator universes. The comic it was featured in is Prometheus, Fire and Stone, a comic run by Dark Horse Comics. To understand how a Predator got mutated by the black goo pathogen, we must first discuss the creature known as Eldon. Eldon was a construct, similar to a synthetic, but slightly more advanced to the point that it does in fact have some organic components. On a mission to LV-223, Eldon and the crew of the Geryon landed and came into contact with the pathogen. Francis, an astrobiologist among the crew, decided to infect Eldon with the black pathogen. The reason for this was that Francis had an onset of cancer and believed that Eldon could act as a filter for the substance, so he may safely utilize its healing properties. Unfortunately, this wasn't the case, and Eldon began to mutate, becoming a creature reminiscent to the xenomorphs, but different. He was able to control the xenomorphs and instead went on a rampage, trying to find the man that pretended to be his friend, Francis. During this time, they came into contact with a Yautja hunting party, the Predators, of course, drawn to the conflict and the new prize trophy that would have been Eldon. Seeing the crew, Eldon, as worthy prey, the Predators go to fight. It's a battle zone and Predators are being killed left, right and centre, alongside aliens, humans and synthetics alike. One Predator performs a takedown on Eldon from behind, rushing him and grappling him. However, due to the mutations that Eldon was experiencing, his stomach opened up, mutating into a mouth. His body now naturally looking to defend itself, it bit the Predator's arm. In doing so, the Predator was now infected with the pathogen. The black substance now coursing through the once proud Yautja's veins, he begins to mutate. His mind becomes a shadow of its former self, he loses all sense of his individuality he had prior to the infection, and he becomes a big, hulking beast. His mandibles mutate into a circular mouth, with between 12 to 14 mandibles lining his new jaw. His musculature grows and grows into a monstrous shape. The Predators are already large as is, but this Predator now stands taller than even the tallest Yautja ever seen. As his body mutates, his aggression peaks, and he becomes, effectively, a rage monster. As Eldon has disappeared during this time in search of Francis, the Predator then sets about tracking him down. Unfortunately, coming across a now mutated Francis and engages him in battle to the death. Eldon comes upon them both, and both he and Francis team up, ripping the mutated Predator's arms off and killing him. So, what would happen if a Predator was infected with the black pathogen? A mutated monster of sheer will. Though, losing his intelligence becomes a weaker enemy, a weaker Predator than before. Is this something that's new to you? Have you heard of this Predator? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And if you're new here, consider subscribing to stay up to date on all the world of pop culture and movie news. And if you haven't already, please do follow me over on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. Reviews, and consider checking out my Patreon page to support the channel further. As always, I've been Mr. H, and I'll catch you in the next video.